dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Tonight, crews continue their work to figure out what led to a deadly crash in Letcher County. About 1 hour ago, we learned the person killed worked for a company out of Ohio. The truck that person was driving ended up going over a hill. Investigators tell us the truck was hauling restaurant grease. We have a reporter at the scene gathering more information. We understand that roadway is still closed at last check. We'll have a live report hopefully coming up at 6 o'clock. In Pulaski County, sheriff's deputies responded to a crash that injured 2 people this morning. The accident shut down part of US 27. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the northbound lanes of US 27 were blocked at Kentucky 452, which is between Eubank and Science Hill. Deputies say 2 people were taken to the hospital. 1 was flown out. The wreck was cleared around 9 a.m. A fire destroyed a home in Harlan County yesterday, and that blaze also put nearby homes in danger. It happened in the Sunshine community. WYMT's Connor James talked with firefighters about how things could have been much worse.
This is what first responders pulled up to yesterday. Today, it's a different story. This is all that's left of the home today.
A lot of heat with this one. The wind and stuff yesterday helped push this fire.
That wind nearly bringing those flames close to other homes.
These homes are really close together and stuff, so time is of the essence for us to take to get here.
Sunshine Volunteer Fire Department Captain Ashley Hatfield says the home was up in flames so quickly. Their main mission was to keep it from spreading.
We had 6 trucks fighting this fire. We used approximately 8,000 gallons of water.
The intense heat did cause damage to a neighboring home.
There was damage to the home in the rear of the structure from the heat. It looked like some of the vinyl siding was melted and stuff of it, but we were able to save the surrounding structure.
One man is now without a home, but first responders are thankful.
No one was hurt, and that was the main thing. No one was hurt or anything in this fire.
Everyone made it out safe. In Harlan County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
The cause of the fire still not known. Officials are working to contact the Red Cross to help the man affected.
Well, sunshine is here, and the good news is it's here to stay for the rest of today and into tomorrow as well. You'll notice here as we look at some of our cameras along Interstate 64 in Moorhead, those beautiful blue skies, a few clouds, but overall it's been pretty good up there. US 119 along Pine Mountain, calm conditions there as well. We're looking at those dry conditions, then that'll continue into tomorrow. Check out those temperatures though, into those mid to upper 70s. That sunshine out there has definitely helped us warm up, maybe even very close to 80 down into Middlesboro. You'll notice that 77 in Harlan, 75 in Jackson, and 74 in Prestonsburg. As we head throughout the rest of this evening, temperatures will drop near 70 as we head into really those overnight hours. And by the time we get to 9 o'clock, we will see temperatures drop near 64 degrees. And by midnight, we'll be back into those upper 50s with just a few clouds throughout the overnight hours. And as we head into tomorrow, check out this big warm up. We're into those low to mid 80s as that warm front comes in. Cold front moves in on your Friday, bringing some rain chances back into the mountains. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. It is a new tool to fight sexual assaults in Kentucky. State police hope it will help clear thousands of backlog cases and give victims justice. Hillary Thornton explains the new technology and the plan to use it.
That Kentucky has become the first state in the nation.
State Police Commissioner Rick Sanders proudly announcing a first for the country, starting right here in the Commonwealth.
This is not only just a huge step for Kentucky, but this is a huge step everywhere.
Rapid DNA testing now a tool that is available when investigating sexual assaults.
You're not having to wait days, weeks, decades, like in my case 17 years, for an offender to be caught who was a serial.
Michelle Kuiper says this is a huge day for women like herself, but also for all of the victims of sexual assault, including children and men.
If you are a sexual predator in the state of Kentucky, we're going to come after you. And we now have new equipment to come after you quicker.
Kentucky participating in a pilot program through Andy Rapid DNA. The director of the state's crime lab says if successful, they are asking the governor to fund 12 of the machines that would be placed in labs throughout the state. That would cost $3 million.
If this is the right thing to do, the money will be there.
Advocates say despite the $3 million price tag, they're not concerned about the future of this technology in Kentucky if the pilot program is successful.
I believe the governor. I think that this is and has been in the last few years a serious priority.
Now, all of those involved believe this new technology will not only help investigate these cases, but also prevent the crime from ever happening.
Up until now, perpetrators have thought that nothing would happen to them because nothing has happened. And that's how victims have felt, and that's why they don't report.
In Frankfort, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Since this is a pilot program, investigators say they are taking this all slowly to make sure the technology is ready. That means they are not going with the results from the machine right away. They'll also run samples through other tests to make sure everything is correct. A gas explosion today rocked Durham, North Carolina, leveling a building, killing one person and injuring 15 others. Police say a preliminary investigation indicates a contractor digging under a gas line caused the explosion. Crews are now searching for other survivors among the rubble. Investigators will be checking to make sure the contractor working on the building had the proper permits. Attorney General William Barr returned to Capitol Hill for a second day of questioning on the Mueller report. In a stunning acknowledgement, he said he believes there was spying on the Trump campaign during the 2016 election. The Attorney General also clarified the timetable for releasing a redacted version of the Mueller report and told lawmakers he now expects it to come out next week. The Trump administration is laying out details of a new strategy on immigration. A senior administration official says the White House wants the right to detain migrant children longer and make it harder for asylum seekers to get work permits. White House advisor Stephen Miller is the driving force behind the changes, and some Democrats are concerned about Miller's hardline stances on immigration. A Kentucky distillery owner is one of more than a dozen parents facing a new charge in the college admissions scandal. Marcy Palatella is a CEO of a liquor distribution company that owns Preservation Distillery in Bardstown. A grand jury indicted her on a money laundering charge. She was also charged in the original indictment with conspiracy to commit mail fraud. The Herald-Leader reports Palatella allegedly paid more than $500,000 for her son's college entrance exam to get into USC. One of the biggest names in country music in the 1980s is gone. Earl Thomas Connelly was from Portsmouth, Ohio, just across the Kentucky border. He had a string of hits, including Holding Her and Loving You, Angel in Disguise, and Right from the Start. Blake Shelton, who first reported the news on social media today, called Connelly his all-time favorite singer. Tributes are now coming in, including one from Halfway to Hazard's Chad Warricks.
His songs and his voice were a big part of my childhood, and rest in peace, bro. Well, the hardest thing I've ever had to do is holding her and loving you.
Connelly performed many concerts in central and eastern Kentucky through the years. Earl Thomas Connelly was 77 years old. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, scientists capture the first ever picture of a black hole. Researchers are calling it a historic breakthrough.
And we've seen plenty of sunshine here in the mountains. Temperatures already into the mid-70s, but as we head into tomorrow, you'll notice temperatures getting even warmer as that warm front moves through. Rain chances increase for your Friday. We'll have those details coming up in just a few short minutes.